Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Record Rift, the channel where we explore some of the darkest, most fascinating chapters in history. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell for more spine-chilling tales. Now, let's dive into one of the most terrifying, tragic, and often misunderstood periods in European history, the witch hunts. Buckle up, because this is not just history, this is hysteria and horror. Let's get into it. The witch hunts in Europe spanned several centuries, but their peak occurred between the 15th and 18th centuries. What led to such a frenzy of accusations, fear, and torture? Was it simply superstition, or was there something deeper at play? To understand the witch hunts, we need to look at the political, religious, and social climates of the time. First, Europe was a place of deep religious fervor, where Christianity played a central role in everyday life. Many believed that witches were in league with the devil, spreading evil and darkness. The Inquisition and religious authorities fueled this fear. But what pushed this fear to its horrifying extremes? The widespread belief in witchcraft and the devil's work began with the Malleus Maleficarum, or the Hammer of Witches, published in 1487. This book was a guide for hunting witches, encouraging the belief that witches were not just heretics but dangerous enemies of society. It was used to justify the torture and execution of thousands. But how did the witch hunts begin? And who were the victims? The answer lies in a mix of superstition, fear, and political gain. In small, tight-knit communities, people were looking for a scapegoat. When crops failed, plagues struck, or accidents happened, accusations of witchcraft soared. A poor, elderly woman or someone who stood out in some way was often the first to be accused. This could be due to jealousy, fear, or simply because they were seen as different. Once accused, the accused were subjected to terrifying trials. Torture was often used to extract confessions. They'd be whipped, pressed under heavy weights, or forced into swimming tests, where they believed that witches would float to the surface. Anyone who survived these tortures was often convicted and executed. The most common execution was burning at the stake, a brutal and terrifying spectacle. It wasn't just a punishment, it was meant to send a message to the community. The idea was to purify the soul of the witch by burning them, but this horrific method of execution led to unimaginable suffering. Thousands of people, mostly women, were executed, often without any real evidence of their crimes. Their deaths were seen as necessary to cleanse the world of evil. The witch hunts didn't just end overnight. Even as the 17th century drew to a close, accusations and trials still took place in parts of Europe and even in the American colonies. But over time, rational thought began to push back against these barbaric practices. As the Age of Enlightenment took hold, intellectuals and philosophers began to question the legitimacy of the witch hunts. Gradually, the courts started to reject the idea of witchcraft as a real threat. The last witch executions in Europe happened in Switzerland in the 18th century. The witch hunts remain one of the darkest chapters in European history, a time when fear, superstition, and religious zealotry led to the deaths of tens of thousands. It's a powerful reminder of how fear can cloud reason and lead to horrific acts. The legacy of the witch hunts serves as a warning: always question the narratives that seek to blame the vulnerable, and always fight against hysteria that seeks to destroy innocent lives. History has shown us the dangers of fear-driven persecution, and it's crucial we remember these lessons today. Thank you for watching this episode of Record Rift. If you found this topic fascinating, or horrifying, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more dark history. Until next time, stay curious and stay critical.